Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Ninja Knight. Make sure you like the video, make sure you share the video, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thank you. So today we have more images after the previous video that I did on the Transformers Studio Series 86 Hot Rod and the Fossilizer that I talked about. So here we have a closer image and an in-hand image, so I think a review from your usual reviewers will be incoming quite soon. This looks pretty good in my opinion from the fact that it's a new type of design, it's a new figure, it's a new character. I like that idea. Personally, I think it's a very strange idea on Hasbro's part to give us skeletal based Transformers. I think they leave themselves open for a lot of criticism with this one, but I can obviously admire the idea. Am I the biggest fan of it? Not really, because I think personally it looks a little bit cheap, but this will have its fans out there. I'm excited to see how Hasbro implement this into the storytelling of either Earthrise and or Kingdom, because I feel that this might be an important plot point that they will use going forward. This seems to be the character that is going to replace the weaponizers, so I'm very excited to see if more of these characters come along. Now, I think what's an interesting point is that we are getting Studio Series Dinobots. So Grimlock, Slag, Sludge, and Swoop are all but confirmed from what I understand. So it's quite strange to see another type of dinosaur character be made skeletal rather than giving us Slash or Paddles that an awful lot of fans would be interested in seeing. And of course, Snarl. So this is kind of a strange move from Hasbro in my opinion. I suppose they're trying something new, and I have to credit them with that one. The next image that we're going to see is of Studio Series Cup. So this had been listing quite some time ago, and people weren't really sure what this meant. Well, here's what this means. This is an absolutely beautiful representation of G1 Cup, of how he looked in the 86 movie. I love the head sculpt of what we can see from it anyway, with the bags under his eyes. That looks absolutely impeccable in my opinion. Cup was always a character that I really loved in the 86 movie. Of course, I was brokenhearted to see Ironhide, Prowl, and Optimus Prime all be killed within the first couple of minutes of that movie. It was very upsetting. But Cup was a nice surrogate. He was a kind of an Obi-Wan Kenobi type character for Hot Rod within this movie, in my opinion. This looks really nice. It is mistransformed, as we can see that these parts here will lock into the body and it will look tight. I love how G1 this looks. This looks like that Cup has nearly just stepped off the screen. I think this backpack will be put down a little bit, and I'm curious to see what this is in behind this and how that is going to fold in. Obviously these feet will flip out as well too, and this hand will turn around, so I'm quite surprised at these mistransformed pictures, but they are welcome nonetheless. So Cup looks absolutely outstanding, and I'm looking very forward to seeing Cup in the future. This is an instant purchase for me. The last figure that we're going to see is Hot Rod. So I reported on this yesterday, and this looks to be a G1 inspired 86 movie Hot Rod. I'm very excited for this. I, unlike an awful lot of people, am a big Hot Rod fan. So seeing this character get really good justice being done in this line is really making me happy. And I'm a big fan of the MP, but I didn't quite feel that it hit that perfect look of what it looked like in the 86 movie. This looks like to do it a little bit more, and I'm very excited to see it. As previously specified and speculated about in my previous video, it looks like that he is going to come with the flip down visor that he had when the Decepticons had boarded the Autobot shuttle and had tried to attack Autobot City in a type of Trojan horse attack in the 86 movie. I am curious whether these goggles will be removable or what way it will implement with the play pattern on this. Again, this is a mistransformed figure, so please don't think that this is the final result of what this figure will look like. I believe that this all along his legs and particularly up around his back will all tuck in very nicely, and that this will be a very good looking Hot Rod. It's very close looking to how the MP looks, and like I said in the previous video, perhaps Hasbro are moving in that sense of, instead of releasing MP figures that have had an awful lot of problems in terms of QC and accuracy, when a Deluxe and a Voyager and a Leader is doing just as well in terms of looks. Now, I'd always also like to report on there have been listings in the Studio Series of Jazz and the Dinobots. I would love to see more 86 characters be made. I think they have an easy, very easy repaint in Springer. Very easy repaint, in my opinion, in Springer. I would love to see Blur. Blur is a character that I absolutely adore. I would love to see maybe a movie RC. Maybe they could give her goggles that she used in the opening scene, which we seen her with. I would love to see a number of characters that were in that movie now be put into the Studio Series line. There have been other leaks as well too that will follow this. They have Studio Series Dino, Studio Series Jolt, and there has been one or two other characters that are unverified, like a Studio Series Bumblebee. So we are unsure whether that is a movieverse version or whether that is a G1 version of Bumblebee, which I think could be quite interesting given the fact that he was in the 86 movie. It would be interesting after the lack of Bumblebee, G1 Bumblebee, specifically over the last number of years, if we did start to get maybe a more G1-esque version like he appeared in the movie. I would be all for that anyway. This makes me really excited, and I really hope that we get to see Ultra Magnus very soon, because we know that there's a leader of class version of Ultra Magnus coming soon. I'm quite surprised that they decided not to put that Earth mode Ultra Magnus into the Studio Series line, given that I would expect that Ultra Magnus to look very close to what he did in the 86 movie. Anyway guys, what do you think about this? Are you going to be purchasing all of these figures? I know myself, I don't think I've missed out on one Studio Series figure yet, and it looks like that trend is going to definitely continue. I'm very excited about these G1 86 movie figures coming out, and I hope that they really do use as much of these characters from that movie as possible. I'm in love with the 86 movie. Obviously, that attack on the Autobot shuttle was very upsetting and distressing, but if we get more characters from that, I would be really excited. What do you guys think? Who would you like to see in this line? Are you going to purchase the Fossilizer? I think that was one of my biggest questions. Will you purchase the Fossilizer, or is this something that looks like you might pass on? Are you going to wait and see what type of play value that will have, or are you going to wait and see what type of story value the Fossilizer brings to the party? I, for one, am going to wait and see. Look, it's going to be a cheap enough figure. I think I'll probably purchase it anyway, and I'll wait and see from there. Drop a like on the video, leave a comment, share the video, subscribe to the channel, really appreciate that, and I'll talk to you later. Good luck.